Buildings comprise the majority of carbon emitted into the atmosphere. How we design our buildings in the future will determine whether we're able to reduce our carbon footprint or not. So we've got a huge responsibility today, and it starts here in Palo Alto. We're a leader in the community, we're a leader in the state in the area of designing buildings that are both energy efficient as well as green. And we're trying to set that bar today and decide where the future is. We talked last year about making buildings more energy efficient. Now we're at the point, do we want to go further or do we not? This group will decide the efforts that we undertake going forward.
So today we have gathered a interdepartmental and multidisciplinary group of stakeholders. We've got a very aggressive agenda to develop the direction for the first zero net energy policy for the city of Palo Alto.
Zero net energy basically means that you produce as much energy on your house or on your property as you use.
So at the end of the year, is it net zero in comparison to what you're using versus what you can produce? You can do that through solar, through wind, combined heat and power, cogen, lots of different ways to do that. It's more than just being more energy efficient. It's about how to make the building be more effective.
So the first priority is use less. Then even though you use less, you still use electricity and gas, right? Then you generate. You put in PV and then even put in a little bit more PV to cover your natural gas usage.
What most cities call a climate action plan, we're calling a sustainability and climate action plan because it's not just about climate. The wonderful thing about this is that we actually know how to do it. We don't know that we know how to do it because we think in terms of historical building technologies and techniques. But if you look outside, here we're at the Palo Alto Art Center surrounded by trees. If you look at trees and natural ecosystems, well, right there we've got nearly 4 billion years of research and development in how to develop systems that are efficient and adaptive and resilient and sustainable. That's what Earth's living ecosystems are. They operate entirely on solar energy. Entirely on the water that falls on them. They produce no toxic materials. They produce no accumulated waste. The waste of any organism is the food of the next organism. There's the game plan. It's been done, it's been tested, it's open source, and that's one of the resources that we have to draw on in building the next generation of our work here in human society in the city of Palo Alto.
Well, considering that the state has a goal of mandating all new residential construction by 2020 to be net zero, I think the city's only doing what it should. So I think I'm in favor of it. I think it's a really good idea. I think the planet needs all the help it can get. And so I'm very glad that we're doing this. I just think we should learn how to make it easier.
While everybody understands it's possible to do Z&E buildings, we're seeing more and more of them all the time. I think the design community, construction community, and even owners are still looking for where's the information to do that? How do I do that? Are there more examples out there that I can go visit and see for myself? So I think really a big part of it is education around is it possible, but also how do we do it?
I see this as great opportunity for the current homeowner who want to do innovation or addition or new build to make their dream home to be, Z&E, because there's so many experts out there and the prices go lower and there's so much incentive they could take advantage of.
There's nothing that mandates the city to do this. This is really an opportunity for us to establish a new benchmark, a new bar for the rest of the state to achieve. We would be the first city to have a zero net energy policy.
We're at this point now of who are going to be the early adopters. Palo Alto in general is one step ahead of the rest of the state as far as energy use in buildings, and that's where they intend to stay and really become the example for all other builders and building owners in the state of California and ultimately in the US.